This video is on 5 ways to age more gracefully, and if you're interested in working with us and get started, go ahead and click the link above. It's gritgym.com/how-to-start. But number 1 is to actually lift weights. Okay, when you build strength, when you put on strength, you actually increase your human growth hormone, which sounds a little scary at first, I know, but the thing about human growth hormone is that it actually kind of lubricates your joints in a way. It also pulls your skin tighter to the muscles, so you actually have this kind of youthful look when you do add strength training, or you increase your skin has a more youthful look to it because you are producing just a little bit more human growth hormone. It's not enough to actually make you grow like a second cheekbone or anything like that. It's just enough to be of benefit to us. Now, the other thing that you can do to increase your human growth hormone is to do more high intensity interval training. Okay, we want to do both of these. You don't want to try to get them both at the same time. Please do not do this. This is one of the very big misunderstandings of the fitness industry right now, is that people are trying to do both at the same time. Separate your strength training from your high intensity interval training. They have no business being in the same go. You can't actually do strength training while you're doing high intensity interval training anyway, because your body is fatigued. So anyway, increase your high intensity interval training. That would be going, maybe you do 10 squats with a fairly light weight, and then you give yourself a 30-second break, and then you go ahead and you do a medicine ball drill, then you do like some inverted rows, and then you do these kind of strength-esque type moves, but you do them in a circuit so that your heart rate is bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And our bodies are very inefficient at that. Again, one of the positive effects is that human growth hormone goes up, amongst other things, and you end up burning more fat from strength and from high intensity interval training, because strength builds muscle. Not so much that you're going to actually probably notice, especially if you're female, maybe if you're male, if you have the right genetics for it and you eat for it, which is next on the list. But more high intensity interval training will decrease your caloric intake, increase or decrease, or it will catabolize the calories that you are eating, because you're going to be using so many of them, because high intensity interval training really burns up a ton of calories. So you're going to burn through a lot more fat. When you burn through more fat, gravity doesn't pull as hard on muscle as it does on the fat, and you do have a more youthful look. Okay, number 3 is to use less aerobic exercise. Okay, use less aerobic exercise. It's a very good thing to actually decrease your aerobic exercise. And I know this sounds taboo because we've gone through the jogging craze where everybody thinks that they need to go 5 miles per day. No, you don't. 5 miles, there's nothing wrong with jogging 5 miles in a day, or riding a bike, or doing all these things. The problem that has come out of the jogging craze is the consistency of. You want to do it about once, maybe twice per week. Okay, your body is already an endurance monster. You do not need to add more endurance or aerobic capacity to what you already have, unless you're just very, very out of shape, and then we got to build that base out. So decrease your aerobic capacity. You'll put less stress on your body and push those efforts more towards strength and more towards high intensity interval training. Number 4 is to actually eat better. When you clean up your diet, you're going to lose some fat. You're going to have more health. You're going to feel better. You're going to have less stress. Your body is going to age more gracefully. So clean up your diet. And the last one is to be in bed before 10:30. You cannot deny sleep in this department. Get to sleep. And we all know, you know this as well as I do, that 1 to 9 is not the same as 10:30 to 6:30. So go to bed at 10:30 or before. Okay, get in bed before 10:30. You're doing yourself a world of good. And as a bonus to all of these, if you really want to age more gracefully, keep it consistent. You got to do all of these consistently. And you're seeing that right now too. Like, you go and you look up any of the kind of like top level bodybuilders and stuff like that that are, 60 in their 70s or their 80s, and they all have this very youthful look, and you wonder why? It's because strength training is the fountain of youth. Ponce de Leon missed it. It was strength training all along. So get your strength training in, get your high intensity interval training in, decrease the amount of aerobic activity that you are doing if you are doing more than once a week, and then improve your diet if you can. If you already have a pretty solid diet, we can move to some other things. And last one, get in bed before 10:30, but make these consistent. If you're interested in working with us and getting this more specific to you and knowing how to strength train without actually getting hurt, because this is becoming a thing where everybody is getting hurt when they go and join these training gyms. Over 56% of the people who join a training gym this year will get injured. And we know that because of the past 5 years. All right, the micro gym thing is taken off and it's fantastic, but we got a bunch of people that don't really know what they're talking about, that aren't keeping people safe, and that's our job. Our job as coaches is to keep it fun, keep it safe, and to get you to the goal in an efficient way. So anyway, click the link above and help us help you out. But you got to keep these things consistent, and you got to know how to do it, and that's why you hire a coach. So click the link above. Let's get going.